The real Cage Warriors champion fought at the weekend, and it's the best fight you'll see today, so let's get into the breakdown. Our training partner there, Leon Arms, is in the red and white shorts with the blonde hair, and he's fighting an unorthodox opponent with twice the amateur experience of him. Leon is using these small steps to cut him off, a small step back to avoid the spin kick, and then counters off that cross parry. When you're cross parrying a kick, it's really good to counter in combination like that because you're at a long range, that first shot might not land. See how he does it again. Counters in combination. You don't want to counter in single strikes, counter in combination. A little check hook as his opponent leaps forward, and then a counter calf kick. When someone extends their stance to land their jab, that's a good time to hit him with a calf kick. They fall into a clinch, and this is something I didn't like. I didn't like his head position getting under the nipple there. It allows a guy to get into the snatch down situation. It's a bit dangerous. Leon 2-on-1s and works his way out. His opponent lands a good right hand as Leon's head pops up, a little bit reminiscent of Oliveira versus Gaethje, and there's some really good defense by Leon on the back foot. Slipping, blocking, tying his defenses together, not just relying on one standard guard. There he hits a jab and an overhand that lifts his opponent's guard up, and he ducks in on that body lock with a really nice low effort takedown. His opponent wall walks really well. Leon has a good head position here, but it's not the best position at this point now. Leon's head is on that opposite shoulder. Really, you'd want it driving up under the chin and making it uncomfortable, making that space for knees. Leon's just staying aware of any unorthodox throws that could happen at this point. He doesn't want to get his head snatched down. He comes into a tie clinch and he rips from the inside, Robbie Lawler style, with some beautiful body shots, and they had some really good effect. As Leon is kind of using a standard high guard there, it allows his opponent to get a tie clinch. Leon rips some hard shots, and this is something we'd have to think moving forward into pro rules. You don't want to hang your head in that position. With just the body knees on offer in the amateur rule set, it's okay. But with knees to the head and elbows, it's something that would need a bit of revising. But Leon manages to get him pushed to the fence, uses that wrist control to break the clinch, and his opponent is kind of pressuring forward again. A good head kick by his opponent, but Leon stays calm, high guard, and again his opponent reaches for this neck from standing. It's very unorthodox to have people reaching over your head like that Oliveira style, that Alistair Overeem style back when he was light heavyweight, and he did manage to get Leon into a compromised position there, but Leon didn't wait. He drove up, and this is the kind of head position we want to see. Head under the chin, but now his opponent works to this tie clinch, but Leon gets his hips involved. He didn't just try and power out with the small muscles of his neck. He got his hips involved, hips close to his opponent's hips, and that helped him. There was a good spin and a turn by his opponent to get Leon to the fence, one or two knees, and then he pushes him off. Steps back calmly to avoid that spinning kick, hits an overhand right roll to left hook, and ducks in onto that body lock. It's kind of half an arm triangle position, and then ends up in the guard. Good guard retention, good guard reclaim by his opponent, and we're very aware of the triangle here. Even though there's only like 10 seconds left in the round, we didn't want anything daft to go on. His opponent's looking for it, but there's really not enough time to finish it, even if he manages to slap it on, and there's the end of the round. So it was a good back and forth round. Leon landed some really good combinations, probably edged it towards Leon. But there was a few hairy moments in the tie clinch and letting his head get snapped down. Why is Harry dressed like that? Not for any particular reason. He just likes Lee Chaolan from Tekken 4. You can't get enough of him. Second round starts and the action and the smacks keep coming. Our fighter Leon in the red shorts comes out and he's working that cross parry in his jab. Cross parrying the teep and jabbing in. There he lands a jab, he's faking it. His opponent's looking a little bit unorthodox, so there's a lot of parrying going back and forth. And then Leon lands a calf kick. Even though his opponent went to check, Leon still got the angle on it and his opponent didn't check perfect. Just misses there with the right hand, closing the door with a left hook. And now he's working his defense on the back foot. Nice mix of blocks and parries and slips and shoulder rolls on the back foot. Not predictable with the defense because that's when they can time you for something. Nice head kick by his opponent there in his unorthodox karate stance, but Leon had a nice tight guard to it. And that's a beautiful shot. That was the first time the opponent shot the entire fight, which is why it got Leon off guard. He got him with his knees together, so Leon couldn't really get his hips involved. Leon works himself to the fence to try and wall walk, and that's a really good move by his opponent to pull the knees out and get Leon flat on his back. So Leon is starting to use this classic sequence to get back to his feet. Knee shields to make space, digs into the underhook onto the single leg, and watch the important detail here. He makes the angle around. He doesn't sit straight up into him. That's where he can get sprawled, guillotined, and people can come around and take the back. He ends up in a hairy situation here, stuck in the clinch. You know, the opponent is using these small punches. Have to be aware as he moves on to pro rules about where the elbows could come in, but he digs two shots to the body, Robbie Lawler style, in that clinch. The opponent's winning the head position here and framing, but Leon hits him on the break with that nice left uppercut. Taps a jab, and he's using that high guard and rips a three-shot combination as his opponent reaches for the clinch. He doesn't wait for him to clinch and then throw it. he does it as his opponent's coming in the clinch. And there's the finishing shot there. Bang! Follows in with some ground and pound. That first shot was really good. Kind of got stuck in the guy's guard. We know the guy had a good guard. The opponent was actually looking over to our corner, and we could see his eyes kind of roll back with each shot. It wasn't the most effective ground and pound. I jumped the fence and come over to him to ask him about the current political and economic state of the world right now. I was just interested at that point. But here, what's very important about this is he flicked that little, very tight right straight in first, and then the next one looped over, so it kind of caused the opponent to change his guard. And Leon jumps into his guard with a big Henderson shot, and then starts following up. Not the most effective ground and pound outside of the first shot, but it takes time and it takes practice finishing people. You can only really get that experience in the cage. You can kind of try and drill it, but it takes that experience finishing people in the cage, which he's racking up right now. If you enjoyed the breakdowns and you want to support them and get some exclusive training footage, head over to the Patroni Pizza. And there's Harry in his suit. He says he's going to wear that every time he corners a fight or when he goes to a CEX.